All right. Yeah, I didn't know how to start videos. This was back in, man, the late 2000s, probably 2010. I can't remember, but that's my Felt B2 that I made into a road bike. The thing was beautiful. I love the bike, just not riding that today. But anyways, I found this SD card in an old GoPro that I had. I still have the GoPro. I'm gonna see if I can whip that thing back up. But today we're gonna ride this guy. Yes, I had a thing for black and teal. The motorcycle was black and teal. My daily rider was black and teal, and that is this guy. Called her the Lamborghini, but you know, I mean, I was a kid. I thought it was so sick to do that. I got my own decals on there. I put stripes on it, and it turned out to just look like an Adidas logo. But anyways, I was just checking, making sure that it was true because sometimes I'm a heavy dude, so I will shift the fork and the stem, and they're not always aligned. So just making sure that they were straight and aligned before I started to ride. And then I'll just check my tire pressure from the back. Everything looks solid, so gonna start jumping on. And there's my ass. Jesus, why did I place the camera? That is, oh God, what was I thinking? Anyways, I was trying to think of any way to mount this, and this is before, you know, there was a lot of cool mounts out there. You just kind of mounted to the frame or the stem, so it didn't have a lot of placement. But here we go, starting the ride, just getting out of my old townhouse. Man, that townhouse, man, I was a kid at this point. I was like 20, what, 5, 24, 24, 25, something like that. I was a young kid. So yeah, just exiting the little townhouse complex area. This is based out of Phoenix, Arizona. It was hot, but it wasn't that bad. I think we didn't hit the 90s yet, so I was like, oh, I gotta go ride before, the summer months before it hits. And here's the thing is, finding it when those things open up, I knew to just get the clicker and have it ready for the enter side, and that's how I get out. But I'm right here, right on Central. I found an open pass, and I just started going. Man, I love this bike. I love the way it sounds. I don't know if you can hear that. Whoa, 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 whoa. That tri-spoke wheel just let me fly. So, but yeah, no, this is right on Central. I'm just south of Camelback. So the next one, next big street, it would be Indian School. I'm gonna try to get more content here on bikes. I just found this old footage, but I've been trying to find ways to mount the camera up when I ride. Either the battery will die halfway through, or I just don't have good mounting. Because right now it looks like, you're looking through my crotch. Like, what kind of video placement was this? I don't know what I was thinking, but at least you can see everything, I guess. I've always wanted to get a way to mount it from the rear seat and just point it up high. I know people use the 360s now. I'm trying to see what I can do with what I got. Oops, got a red. I'm gonna fly through it. Yes, of course. Running red, killing peds. But yeah, just making our way. Still warming up because I'm all cold. Even though it's hot outside, my legs are still kind of cold. So the nice thing about living in that townhouse, and something I really miss, is just if I get a free, 20, 30, 40 minutes, just jump on the bike and go. And I miss that about living downtown. Now I live like in a suburb. The only thing is the area that I live in now, as an adult, like a grown man, no one knows how to manage with cars. Oh yeah, me. Oh, what an epic skid. Ooh, that's sick. Okay, I think that's why I placed it there, the camera there, because you can actually see the bike skid. Because I think if you put it on the stem, you can't see it skid. But yes, I am running a Fuji Track Pro. It is fixed gear bike, so no brakes, baby. Wow, what is that on my arm? Is that a bruise? What the hell? Oh, I think I kicked my camera with my thigh. I don't even know what I'm doing at this point, but it was nice. Just, getting a chance to ride around. Now you're looking up my crotch at my double chin. What is happening? I don't know. Oh my goodness. Where am I now? I'm on 3rd Ave. Why? I'm trying to remember why. Oh, I used to work at a hospital, the St. Joseph's Hospital. I think I'm trying to swing my way down there because it's like there's a little open strip. Well, there's my ass. Sorry, guys. I forget about the camera placement. Oh yeah, here we go. So the old hospital here I used to work at. Yeah, so here's the St. Joseph's Hospital. Just past this light, there's a big, open, nice little spot to sprint in. I think I was trying to. I think I usually use that sprint to warm. Oh, was I looking down? Yep, I can tell the camera was looking up at me. But just that past that spot, I don't know if I'm gonna sprint it or not, but I think I will. It's usually I usually like flying through there when I get a chance. Oh, look at my nostrils. Oh yeah, just hey there. What's up, guys? Just looking down. Uh, and if anyone has any suggestions, please let me know, because pretty sure no one wants to keep looking at this view here. I don't know what I'm doing here. What was I stopping for? Oh, I'm gonna probably fix the camera. Yep. Yeah, there you go. Here you go, guys. I'm just gonna fix this here because this is because I'm clearly such a noob right here. All right, so clearly you can tell I absolutely fixed it. Oh my god. Sorry, guys. Jesus. Nope, didn't fix it. I think I moved it forward on the frame so that you weren't looking between my thighs as much. Speaking of my thighs, I am a big boy right here, okay? I am, I think I'm not as big as I am now. I think I was 210 at that point. I'm currently sitting at 225. Yikes, that's crazy to say out loud. But even then, my thighs are pretty, you know, pretty thick. So when I was here, I definitely kept hitting it with my thigh. Adjusting the camera, you can tell I'm looking down at it because I knew that I was like slicing it with my thigh. So I probably wasn't ever gonna, put the camera down here again. Even though the angling wasn't too bad, I just think I have to find the camera that's thinner, and I might do something very similar again. But we'll figure it out from there. But if you're asking yourself, are those Aero drop bars? Yes, they are. Do they flex a little bit? Yes, they do. Glad you asked. Will they survive someone that's 200 plus pounds? The answer is kind of. So while I'm at this red light chilling, because just past here is the hospital that I used to work at, right? But this view, I'm so sorry. I forgot about it too. I knew I unmounted the bike and I was like, oh wait, I should move. But crazy story. I did crack those handlebars, but they did last me like a solid 5 years, which was longer than I thought. And I think at some point in my head I took it for granted because I was not nice to these bars. When I sprint, I torque the living crap out of these things. So I'm actually surprised that they lived for as long as they have. But I don't think I could grab another pair of those bars. I would just be way too scared, especially now. I'm like 20 pounds heavier. No, 15 to 20 pounds heavier than I was. I just don't trust it. And when I crashed. But anyways, I'm here at this light. This is where I start to just pick up a little bit of speed because I don't want to go crazy fast yet because there's this other light right there. But if I can catch a green, that's where I love flying through there because there's this little S bend, and if you can get it just right, exiting some of those turns, you just feel like on a roller coaster, and I love that one right there. But you always got to time the light. There's a green. Yeah, I knew I was gonna kick it up a notch. There it is. There I go. I knew I hit I hit the camera with my thigh again. Sorry, guys. But yeah, here's my old workplace. And then there's this little underpass. Not underpass. That's a bridge that connects over to the parking garage, the hospital, which kind of nice. But we'll also rarely use it because it's easier to just come out and then walk right in. But during the summer when it's like 115 degrees out, you don't want to walk outside. So yes, we will use it during the summer for sure. Now, you're going to see me pass this car and then make a left. Just keep in mind that there is no forward. You can't go straight here. It's a don't enter. There's only left or right. So I do split in front of this car here, and I love spreading right here. It feels great. Just because it's like 3 lanes of openness. So, I'm more likely to be seen here than anywhere else. And then I usually stop right over here because I think I was gonna grab myself some water. Sometimes I stop, or probably to fix the camera because now it's just looking straight up at me. But usually there's this little smoothie king right over there, and sometimes I'll like to grab a smoothie if it's just like a chill day, which I'm pretty sure today's just a chill day. But yeah, now we're just looking at myself, so I'm pretty sure I'm gonna stop and just call it. Dang, this is when I was a big boy with no definition. I mean, I'm not any better now. I'm just big now. But yeah, I got to work on my bicep definition, man. They're looking a little chunky chunkies. Whoops. Sorry, guys. Told you how to fix the camera. Good lord. But I mean, just looking up on that skylight, I was looking up towards those buildings towards the sky. It really is just quite a view. I wish I still lived downtown Chicago, but I'm pretty sure I would definitely have gotten hit at that point. But anyways, let me fix this and then we get back to riding. So I definitely got self-conscious about the whole you guys looking up at my ass or through my face kind of thing. So I decided to just unmount the GoPro and I put it on my stem. And then I was like, you know what? I'm going to finish the rest of the ride like this. I don't know. You guys let me know. Would you rather see between my thighs or between my hands? Jesus. But yeah, so I just started, since I did cool down, I decided to just pick up the pace a little bit, just get back into the groove, get back into my speed. And then this is just hitting central. And I used to ride with a small group here. It was a State Bicycle. They used to host a Monday ride with loops. And since I lived right on Central, I would usually just do my warm up by just going to the Downtown ASU. Usually we used to meet at that little spiral. If you've never been to Arizona, there's this little spiral at Downtown ASU. It's actually really pretty. Oh man, I timed that like perfectly. Heck yeah, dude! I just rolled right through. You know what? So, what people tend to forget is that every city, especially during certain times, has like a rhythm to it. They always say like find the rhythm of your city. You can kind of, I was like, I felt like I was super in tune with it at some point when I would ride like every single day. You can kind of tell when the lights were going to turn. They do have timers, but you can kind of feel it. You can kind of see the traffic. You can start to see them slow down, or I don't know. You can just kind of feel it. You kind of knew what was going to happen because you had to be so attentive on the bike, especially for me. You know, I was riding a fixed gear bike, so no brakes. So once you kind of find that groove, you're like, stopping is a pain in the butt. It takes up so much extra energy. You have to either slide the bike or, put back pressure to slow down the bike, and it just wasted energy. So you'd rather just find a way to quote unquote coast, which you can't coast on a fixed gear bike. You just let your legs pedal less, I guess, so that you don't waste energy getting into the light. But anyways, yeah, I used to ride with loops. Man, I wonder if they still, I don't think they host loops at Downtown ASU anymore. I think they do it over at the main ASU out in Tempe. But I'm not going all the way out there. That's way too far for me. It's too far for me to go to Downtown ASU. I would still make that trip if they did host that ride. I just don't think the fixed gear scene is like that anymore, which is sad. I used to love riding. I've taken my fixed gear bike to Chicago, and man, that was fun. I love riding. It's a little tricky though. I think I did drop the chain. I'm sorry, I did drop the gear ratio because man, it was you have to stop a lot sooner. The pace is a little bit slower, just because because I wasn't riding in the streets. I think I was riding around by the lakefront. So weaving in and out of people, I can never really get up to my comfortable speed, especially for like a bike like this. So a little tricky. Speaking of gear ratio, I am riding this guy with a 5317, which really isn't all that impressive. It's like a 3.1 gear ratio, 53 chainring in the back and the front, and a 17 tooth con in the back. I just found that this gave me the most amount of skid patches, so when I did try to slide the bike, it was surprisingly comfortable. Forget the whole patches thing because of how it messes up the tires. When you have a better skid patch, it's easier to find a quick spot to slide the bike into. It just for some reason it's like less fight, less less arguing when you're trying to initiate that slide. So I just found that one worked best for me. So that's just the way I like to ride her now. I did think you know what? I don't know if I ever got to a higher. No, I do. Right now I'm riding a 4613 duration, which I think is like a 3.5, 3.6. I don't know. It's too hard. My knees hurt. I don't like it. I think I'm gonna find another one, and I'm gonna rebuild this bike. Actually, the one I'm riding. I know I called it my Lamborghini bike, but it's funny because my father-in-law made fun of me. He's like, "Oh, I see you got your longer weenie bike out." And I was like, "Oh man, I gotta change it. He'll never let me live it down." We're gonna approach Downtown ASU right here. But yeah, no more black and teal. I've kind of gotten past the phase. I kind of want to go to, I don't know, maybe some type of charcoal look. Because right now it's just black. Maybe some type of charcoal, light gray, maybe some white accents in there. I haven't figured out a design yet, but I do want to repaint it. I probably won't do pink handlebars either. I've always wanted to do like some type of sand color. I think I might do that for my gravel bike if I ever get one. Some type of really earthy color, some type of sand and green or something along those lines. But man, oh yeah, here we go. So this is where, well, it's not mounted, so it's very hard to see. But this is where I kind of just give it a little slide right where that light is, and then pop and slide, and I would be able to just kind of control it right in there. And I'd stop right here and get the grossest water from this. I don't know why I still drink from this water fountain. But good lord, it was so hot. You could literally cook a cup of ramen in it by just pouring that water in there. I could have gone anywhere else, but decided to stop right here. I don't know why, but I did. Anyways, now that that's over, oh, there's the spiral. Like I said, it actually is really pretty, especially if you ever see it at night. It's illuminated with some lights, and it's a beautiful set of colors. It looks great, so I always love stopping here, especially at night. It's like a big beacon in the sky when you're riding, so it looks really dope. But anyways, slide through here, and this road right here is a one-way, but there's like one street before it, and then there's a railroad tracks, which is just light rail, and then the main road just past it. You'll see it here in a second. But I almost got hit on this mini one, this road right here, because someone went the wrong way, and I was like, oh my god, I'm gonna die. But I made it through, and that was fine. And I was like, yeah, time to get back on the bike. Let's go. Everything felt great, and then I was like, I think I stopped for something here. I can't remember what. I was riding, feeling good. I felt like the wind on my back, so I was like, I was like, oh wait, squirrel. I don't know if it was like a farmer's market or a food truck, something on those, I don't know, but it was a beautiful day, so I was like, you know what, I'll stop, I'll go take a look. Oh yeah, I did actually stop here. I think there was a point in my head where I was contemplating, like, you know what? Should I stop? I was like, yeah, all right, fine, I'll stop. And then I was trying to do whoop. I'm surprised he didn't say anything. I think at that point I was like, you know what? I should probably get off my bike and just walk around, because I think people were starting to get a little uncomfortable. So I just started walking around instead. I can't remember if I had bought anything, because I was like, oh no, I didn't, because I didn't have any cash. I was wearing these spandex and I didn't have any cash. I didn't bring my wallet or anything. Remember, this was before Apple Pay was a thing. I think so. Yeah, different times, man. Different times. I think I did want something though. I think I wanted honey. I don't know, this was so long ago, but I think a part of me was like, oh yeah, I was looking around, nothing really caught my eye too much, and a couple things, but I was just like, oh, I saw something, and I was like, I think I wanted honey I don't remember if it was like a whoop. That guy was like, whoop, oh, what's this guy doing? Jesus. Um, yeah, I don't remember if I actually. No, I know I didn't get anything, but I couldn't remember if I was like, oh, look, right there. Yeah, I knew it. I knew it. There was some honey in it coming out. I was like, oh, look, honey, yeah. Anyways, feel free to skip all this, but I'm just gonna let it play. I'm pretty sure I'll get bored at some point and I'll just start biking home.
French fries. I'll get the French fries from Trader Joe's.
You look so close. You guys live down the street. We can bike over.
What are you guys doing? We are
Well, how'd you guys enjoy that? Was that fun? If you enjoyed it, great. I'm glad you got to enjoy the ambiance of it all. If you didn't, well, we're back to biking. So I'm pretty sure I got lost. And I was like, where am I going? And I was like, oh yeah, here we go. Never mind. Here's Central. So literally, I just walked a small loop. And then when I'm back, literally where it started. So I felt ready to go. So I just started sprinting past here because my legs were starting to feel a little tight. I was like, all right, let's just go. And there's a red light. I'm pretty sure I did not stop for this. Nope, I did not. Ooh, I shouldn't have said something. No, but the light did just turn, so I didn't technically run it, right? It was green, but yeah, no, I think I was just ready to fly through. I think a part of me was like, you know what? I want to run this one right here too. But I was like, nah, I should be smart, and I'll stop. The thing is, I know a part of me knows that the light is going to change like a couple seconds later. So I think I'm just going to like, I don't know if I track standed. Oh, I did. I think I was track standing. Oh, no, yeah, there you go. Light did turn. So I was like, oh, I should just fly. I should have just flown through it. I think you can see my head and my shadow at one point. I'm just going like, man, I'm just shaking my head. And then from here, I'm just going to hit that small little hill, that little mini hill, you know what I'm saying? It's a little bridge that I'm going to hit right here. I always like sprinting that a little bit just because I am on a fixed gear. I don't have gears. So if I come with it with a little bit more speed, it really just makes my life so much easier. And then the downhill is more just about controlling my cadence on the way down. So nothing crazy, but I always love this view right here because if you look far to the right, beautiful flowers. Far to the left, you see a botanical garden on the other side, and then here's the library, which is always nice. I think it's a beautiful building. And I'm like, yeah, there's always this one pothole somewhere here. It's like a little divot, and like it always catches me off guard. So I always get back on the road like a lot more because somewhere in there, like it shakes me to my core. I feel it through my spine when I hit it. Yeah, but for right here, I'm just gonna ride home. I don't think there's much left to talk about. I hope you guys enjoyed the ride. So follow it through. I'll catch you guys towards the end of the ride, but I'm pretty much almost home, guys. Well, it's really no fun waiting at a red light. I'm not gonna let you wait here doing nothing either. I mean, you could just skip it, which I wish I could have done at that point. I think I was just like, okay, I'm ready to go home. But I'm trying to get more bike rides out. I've never done a voiceover on any of my videos before. I've always done them, voice with whatever it is I'm doing because it's a lot of fitness content. I have to explain it in those moments. Yeah, I want to start doing these rides where I just enjoy the ride and then I voice it over later. But if I could clip a mic to me, no, you guys don't want to hear that. Who wants to hear me going just all out of breath, breathing into the microphone? You guys be like, okay, this is gross. I don't know. Maybe someone likes it. Who knows? But yeah, maybe I just gotta find a different camera setup that has a good angle that looks cinematography-ish, or I don't know. Maybe you guys just tell me where you want me to go out here in Arizona. I love the Phoenix area. I love riding around in Tempe. I usually don't like to stop unless I need to fix something, but I usually don't stop at stuff like farmers markets or anything like that, unless it's a turnaround point. So if I go somewhere I know it's like an end point, I'm just gonna fling it back, then I'll stop there for a couple minutes just to enjoy the scenery and then head back. Do I run this red? I do. That's right. I do that. Ooh, you know what? Honestly, I don't know how I'm still alive. I made some questionable decisions, and I don't think my frontal cortex was fully developed yet at like 23, 24, 25. I think I was like 28 where I'm like, what am I doing? Why am I taking all these risks for no reason? So I don't think I ride like this anymore. But if you ask my wife, I'm pretty sure she says, no, you still do this. So, but I haven't ridden downtown Phoenix in a while. If I did, I might bring this bike back out. I'm probably gonna redesign everything of it, but yeah, I think I gotta go find this frame and get her fixed up. And the thing with this bike is, I can't remember what size stem it is, but if I can find that stem, I think I'll fit perfectly on this bike. I don't know if I'm gonna do with another 75 crank arm length. I might drop it down to 170. I think that'll fit a little bit better. I don't know if the cadence will be too high. I don't know. We'll test it out. But I'm definitely gonna do a 53-17 like I did it before on this bike. I think my stem was 110 or 120 millimeters, and it felt fantastic on this bike because this frame is a size smaller, so I need a longer stem so I don't I'm not too compact, but I am just compact enough where I'm like, it fits great. So because my size realistically is somewhere between 53, 54, and I can just adjust the stem length, and I find that perfect. 55 is a bit of a stretch. Seat post doesn't come up high enough because it has to sit lower. I usually feel way too stretched down no matter how small the stem is. I can ride like a 60 millimeter stem, and then ride a 55 frame, and it still feels long. So I don't know. There's the geometry is different between road bikes and my fixed gear bike. So it's all over the place. But I do think I'm gonna rebuild this bike. I do remember this Indian. So okay, so how I said I've run red lights. I usually don't have a problem with that. At this time, I don't do this anymore. If anyone is law enforcement is watching, I don't do this. I promise. But just to say, I have never run Indian school because I know I'll die. There is no way I'm crossing 6 lanes of traffic unscathed. Okay, I think 4 lanes is my max. I think I can usually figure out 4 lanes. This is 6 lanes and turning lanes. There's no way I am making this one. It's too much. Yeah, I'm getting ready to get back on there. Here's the thing is, I don't remember what time of day it is. It looks like, I think I was riding at lunch, or just before lunchtime. I think I had a break between meetings and stuff, and it always gets clogged right here, so I'm probably gonna ride it a little tight. I usually ride with a lot of cars in traffic. When I used to ride with the fixed gear group with state bicycle and loops, that was a ton of fun. I used to love that. I used to get to explore the state a lot more, but this might feel a little tight for some of you guys, so clench your buttholes. I know my dad has seen me ride like this because he rides too. And he'd be like, there's no way we're doing that. Like, don't take unnecessary risks. And like I said, I was full of piss and vinegar at this point when I was a kid. So I was like, I do what I want. I'm invincible. Seriously, I don't know how I'm alive. There's one point where I had to bail so fast. I think it was somewhere around this area, and I had to. I don't remember if I ever got it on video, but I had to hop the curb because this truck tried to like swerve me past, swerve like right in front of me, just because I don't know, I annoyed him or something or whatever. So I hopped the curb and I almost hit a pedestrian, but I was able to keep because I'm on a fixed gear. Remember, I can't just hit the brakes and stop. So anyways, I found my way through. I think from here I squeeze on the side. I do. I think I just barely squeezed through here, and then I'm gonna cross this lane. And I don't remember if I could just squeeze through, but I'm almost home at this point. And I was like, you know what? I'm just gonna wait for a light or something. I did. I did wait for the light. See, I'm responsible. I can't. I make good decisions. I think I'm waiting for this one so I can just slide past and cross the street. Yep. This is that weird spot where I'm already on the opposite side, and no, I'm not going to ride against traffic. I'm just so close to home because from here, it's just this little passage. I slide into the sun, I hit the gates, and then I'm right there. I think it's like another turn up. I always try to take it slow through here because you never know where pedestrians are at, and the likelihood of hitting someone gets way too high the faster you go. So, and anyways, back home. Thanks. Ah.